Hi, so today I'm going to do some math with you. It's actually really late. You would think I wouldn't be busy because we can't leave our houses, but I've had a lot of Zoom meetings, which are like FaceTime meetings. One was just 2 hours, so it's kind of late, but I'm going to do our math lesson. Before we do that, I'm going to tell you the days that are on my calendar that we have. So Friday was National Ravioli Day. Saturday, it was National Corn Dog Day, which is probably my favorite day ever. I love corn dogs. Sunday, it was National Buzzard Day, which is a bird. And today, it's National Puppy Day. So if you have a cute puppy that you're quarantined with, if you want to send me a picture, you can send it to me through email. Some of you might not know my email address, but if you use your Office 365, you use it just like you normally do. At school, and if you just type my first and last name in, it should come up. Your parents should also have my email, and if you're having trouble getting onto your Office 365 page, you can have your parents email me and I can help you. So, today we are going to be doing 10-6, so if you took your math book home, you can use that. And we are doing, I lost the page for 1 second. We are learning how to use a table to solve customary and metric conversion problems by making a table to show the relationship between the units. So if I had a cup and a gallon, 1 cup is really 1/16 of a gallon. 2 cups is 1/8 of a gallon. 3 cups is 3/16 of a gallon. 4 cups is really 1/4 of a gallon. Now, if you notice, you have 16ths, you have 8ths, you have 16ths, you have 4ths. So think about this. We're going to make them all 16ths, excuse me. 1/8 would be 2/16. That makes sense. 1/4 would really be 4 times 4 is 16. 1 times 4 is 4. So that makes sense. So if I use that, it says Aaron is making fruit punch for the family reunion. He needs 120 cups of punch. How many gallons does he need? So I have to think about this. I'm really technically dividing by 16. Because remember, that line is like a division sign. So I'm really going to be doing 120 divided by 16, or 120 times 1/16. Sixteen can't go into 1 or 12, but it can go into 120. Let's make a guess. What do you multiply by 6 that ends in a 0? 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12, 6 times 3 is 18, 6 times 4 is 24, 6 times 5 is 30. I'm going to try by 5. 16 times 5 is 30. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8. That's not going to work. Let's try 16 times 7. 6 times 7 is 42, carry the 4. 7 times 1 is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if I do that, 7 goes here, 112. I can just count up 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120. That gives me 8. So 8 over 16. If I really think about that, that's a half. So 7.5. That would be the same as taking 120 times 1/16, because literally I'm just multiplying straight across. That would be 120 over 16. No matter what you do, you're going to get 7.5. So 120 cups is 7.5 gallons. I also could have done that by thinking 120 cups is how many gallons. Think of Gallon Kingdom. Gallon Kingdom, there are 4 queens. Each queen has a prince and a princess. Each prince and each princess has 2 cats. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And I know I'm going from fly to horse, divide, of course, I'm going to divide by 16. No matter what, you're going to get 7.5. If I made a chart for gallons to quarts, let's think about this. 1 gallon, in Gallon Kingdom there are 4 queens. I know I'm going to have 4 quarts. So if I keep that pattern, if I have 2 gallons, I'm going to have 8 quarts. If I have 3 gallons, I'm going to have 12 quarts. And you might notice I'm multiplying by 4 each time. Let's try another one. This one's going to be for the metric system. If I have 1 meter, let's think of King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk, and I'm thinking of meters. How many decimeters am I going to have? Well, I'm multiplying by 10. So it'd be 1 decimeter, or sorry, multiplying by 10. 10 decimeters. If I had to go to centimeters, I'm going to add another 10, so that's 100. So 1 meter is 10 decimeters, 100 centimeters, and you're probably going to see the pattern, 3 jumps, that's going to make it 1,000 millimeters. If you did it the other way, and you said 1 decimeter is what of a meter, well, think of it this way. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. I'm going from decimeter to meter, because remember this is a meter, a gram, or a liter. I'm dividing by 10. So it'd be 1/10, because dividing by 10 is the same as multiplying by a tenth. Is a tenth of a meter. How many centimeters would it be? Well, you're going to multiply by 10. So 1 decimeter is really 10 centimeters. And 1 decimeter is 2 jumps, 100 millimeters. So that pattern is you're either multiplying by 10 or dividing by 10. That's why the metric system is so much easier. If I was making a cup or gallon to pint chart, just think. In Gallon Kingdom, there are 4 queens. Each queen has a prince and a princess. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 gallon's going to have 8 pints. 2 gallons is going to have 16 pints. 3 gallons is going to have 24 pints. So if the question was, a pot holds 12 gallons, how many pints is that? I know I'm just going to multiply by 8. Because every gallon has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Horse to fly, multiply, and multiplying by 8, that's going to be 96. 12 times 8 is 96. We're going to do some more problems. Paulina works out with a 2.5 or 2.5 kilogram mass. What is the mass in grams? So think, King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. This is going to be my grams because it's either meters, liters, or grams. So I'm going 1 jump, 2 jumps, 3 jumps. So I know I'm going horse to fly, multiply, and 3 jumps is 10, 100, 1,000. So I'm multiplying by 1,000, or I'm taking that decimal and I'm moving it 3 places, 1 spot, 2 spot, 3 spots. In those holes, I'm going to put zeros. So I'm going to get 2,500. The next word problem says, Alex lives 500 yards from the park. How many inches does he live from the park? So I have to think of my formulas. I know that 1 foot is 12 inches. And I know 3 feet are in a yard, so I need to multiply 12 times 3 is 36. So I'm going horse to fly, multiply, and I'm multiplying by 36. That looks scary, 500 times 36, but ignore those zeros. Let's just do 36 times 5. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 3 is 15, 16, 17, 18. But I'm not done. I have 2 more zeros to add. So I'm going to have 18,000, excuse me. I'm just going to check that math because I would hate if I did something wrong and it was posted on YouTube. Yes, okay, 18,000. Next word problem. A flatbed truck is loaded with 7,000 pounds. Remember, pounds is lbs of bricks. How many tons is that? You should know that there are 2,000 pounds in a ton. So I could draw a picture for this. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. It takes 2,000 pounds to make a ton. So each of those was 1,000. So I know that there's 3 tons, and then there's a half a ton. So there's 3 tons and 1,000 pounds, or 3.5 tons. I could have also figured this out because I'm going horse. No, I'm not. I'm going, sorry, fly to horse, divide, of course, and I'm dividing by 2,000. Well, I can cancel out my zeros. 2 can go into 7 3 full times with 1 left over, 1 over 2, so 3.5. Okay, now we're going to do our 6 questions that we normally do. I'm going to take a picture. Number 1 says, at the hairdresser, Jenny had 127, oh, sorry, it looked like it was 127, but just 27 centimeters cut off her hair. How many decimeters was that? So think, King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. Decimeters we know is on here, so you're going from centimeters to decimeters, or you're going from fly to horse, divide, of course, and that jump is 10, so you're dividing by 10, or you're taking that decimal and you're moving it 1 place to the left. Either way, you're going to get 2 7/10. Okay, let's read this. Marcus needs 108 inches of wood to make a frame. How many feet does he need to make a frame? So 108 inches is how many feet? Well, I know I'm going from fly to horse, divide, of course, and I know I'm dividing by 12. 108 divided by 12. These should be some of my 12s I know. I know 12 times 1 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. I'm just going to count up now. 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96, 108 would be 9 times. 9 feet is the answer. I keep doing that. Sorry about that. Tara lives 35,000 meters from her grandparents' house. How many kilometers is that? So 35,000 meters is how many kilometers? Now, King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. I know this M is for meters, and I'm moving 1 jump, 2 jumps, 3 jumps. I'm going to divide because I'm going horse. That's horse higher. Going fly to horse, divide, of course, and I'm dividing by 1,000 or getting rid of 3 zeros. Either way, you're going to get 35. Dane's puppy weighed, National Puppy Day, weighed 8 ounces when he was first born. Now the puppy weighs 18 times that when he was born. How many pounds does he weigh? So I have to think about this. I'm going from ounces, I'm going to multiply by 18 and convert that to pounds. So 18 times 8, 8 times 8 is 64, 8 times 1 is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 144 ounces is what the puppy weighs, but that's not the question. It wants to know how many pounds is that. So I have to think. I'm going from fly to horse, divide, of course, and I know there are 16 ounces in a pound. So I'm going to do 144 divided by 16. Can't do this, can't do this. How many times can 16 go into 144? I'm going to make a guess. What do I know that multiplies by that ends in a 4? 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 3 would be 18, 4 would be 24, so that's a possibility. 5 would be 36, 7 would be 42, 8 would be 48, 9 would be 54. Let's try 9. 16 times 9. 6 times 9 is 54. 9 times 1 is 9. Plus 5 would be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That works. Using that trick will help you. So 9 times. So it would be 9 pounds. A carpenter is cutting dowels. Dowel would be like a piece of wood. From a piece of wood that is 10 inches long. Or dowel's kind of like a rod. That is 10 inches long. How many half inches dowels can the carpenter cut? So think about this. He has 10 inches, 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, 5 inch, 6 inch, 7 inch, 8 inch, 9 inch, 10 inch. Fun fact, an inch is about the size, if you bend your, like the bottom of your finger to your knuckle. Actually, I lied. So if you bend your finger, there's like 2 joints. There's like your knuckle, and then if you go down like where your finger bends, and then your finger bends again. So not the edge of your finger. So not the top where the knuckle is or the bottom. But between those 2 joints, that's about an inch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have 10 inches, and it's saying that they cut them in half. So if I cut each of those in half, what am I going to end up with? I'm going to end up with 20. Or you might have figured that out. 10 divided by a half would be keep, flip, change. Keep the 10, flip that, so that would be 2 over 1. And you change the division and multiplication, you're going to get 20. And last question. Oh, but I didn't take a good picture. Oh, there it is. You can see it. What is the ordered pair of x? Describe that. So I'm over 3 up 2. So it'd be 3 comma 2 because x comes first. So that was our math for today. If you were paying attention or wanted to know where in the math book we're at 10-6. So that's where we're at. And tomorrow we're going to work on elapsed time, so because time is also a measurement. Okay, have a good night.